Okay. You are already 30. Let's begin our class. In lesson 4, quadrants of terminal sides. So you already know how quadrants work. So in a circle or in the unit circle, you have this division of your quadrants. So from 0 degrees to 90 degrees, those are angles found in quadrant 1. From 90 degrees to 180 degrees, those are angles in quadrant 2. 180 to 270, angles in quadrant 3. And 270 to 360, angles in quadrant 4. If we will convert all of those in radian, so these would be what you will get. From 0 to pi over 2, that's 1, and so on. Okay? There are also angles that end exactly along the x or y axis. They fit exactly along the x and y axis. Dito sila nagtatapos, dito yung terminal side nila. And those angles are called the quadrantal angles. Okay? Again, this is the summary of what we've just talked about. And then let's try, yeah? Before that, let's have a quick example. Say we want to identify what quadrant is 210 degrees. Okay, let's try this one. If we would be drawing your x and y axis here, and then we start identifying 210. Our initial side falls here, always begin here, and then we move to this one kasi positive siya, so we are going counterclockwise. Lalampasan ko pa ba ito? Am I going to pass uh, this line? This is 90 degrees. Lalampasan pa? Okay, good. Ito. Lalampasan ko pa to? Lalampasan. Yes, very good. Kasi ito 180 degrees pa lang 'to. Ayan. So ito. Lalampasan ko pa 'to. This is already 270 degrees. So our angle now is this angle. Since it ended here, what quadrant is our angle found? What angle do we find it? Very good. This is now in quadrant 3. All right, another example. What if we have 7 pi over 6? Oy, mom, it is in radian. So, if it's in radian, then I suggest you first convert your value to degree. If you will convert it, 7 pi over 6, 180. It's also 210, diba? 7 pi is 210. Oh, since you know that it's 210, para yung kanina lang yan, lampasan mo si 90, lampasan mo si 180 kasi nga 210 degrees. So, we fall under quadrant 3. This is still quadrant 3. Okay? So, that's how you do it. Yeah. All right, so number your papers 1 to 4. Let's see if you're able to identify. Kindly identify. Na po. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's check. Item number 1. What quadrant is this? John Paulo. Very good. Check your own paper. Next, item number 2. Negative 195. Please be if we have, let's draw it, ah. Wala pa nakakakuha ng tamang sagot. This is the initial side. Negative 195. Michaela, correct. Very good. We go down. Pababa muna. Tapos, lalampasan ko pa ba to? Itong negative 19 na to. Lalampasan ko pa? Negative 190. Okay, lampasan pa. Oh, negative 180 pa lang to. Lalampasan ko pa? Yes, okay. So this is now negative 195. And the correct answer, very good, Sam. And John B, quadrant 2. Okay, ingat. Susunod, 5 pi over 6. If we have 5 pi over 6, this is in degrees. What would this measure be? 150 degrees. Tama? And this is in quadrant 2. Very good. Quadrant 2. Last one. Let's convert this. We have 3 pi over 2. If we will convert over 2, we'll get 270 degrees. O, anong sabi ko sa inyo? Kapag sakto siya sa x and y axis, anong tawag sa mga yon? What do you call those kinds? Very good, Sam and Dwayne. Quadrantal angles. All right. So, ayan. Sana may natutunan kayo in this lesson. Wonderful, wonderful. Kindly check your own paper. 2. Lesson 5. Coterminal angles. You again need your calculators with you here. Coterminal angles. When we talk about coterminal angles, these are angles with the same terminal side. Okay, these are angles in standard position with the same terminal side. And we are able to solve these by adding and subtracting 360 degrees if it is in degree, and then adding or subtracting 2 pi if it is in radian. Excuse me. Okay, so let's practice. Try muna natin. Item number 1, 90 degrees. To be able to get the coterminal angles, we just first add 360 degrees. So what will we get? 50 degrees. Ayan. Oh, another one. 360. We subtract. So we subtract that. This time we will get negative 270 degrees. Therefore, we have two answers. Yan. Kapag coterminal, laging dalawa ang sagot. One is by adding, the other one is by subtracting. Okay? Next. How about here? This is in radian. So since it's in radian, first let's extract the fraction that is associated with this. What could? The fraction associated is 1/2. If you will convert it, tama, John Gabriel, this is 90 degrees as well, correct? Now, we add, ma'am, yung subtract po, lagi negative ang answer. It depends, no anak? Kasi, let's say you have 720 degrees. If you subtract that by 360, you'll still get a positive answer. So, it depends. But that's a good question. Okay, so let's proceed again. We have now our radian measure. First, let's add 2. So for those who do not have powerful, for those who do not have calculators such as two-liner, we call these two-liner calculators. But this is what you would do. You use your LCD. Ayan, that's a lesson in grade 4. Just review your lessons, okay? Review your lesson in grade 4, how to use LCD. LCD of this is 2. Least common denominator 2. That's 1/2. This is your 1/2. Plus, if we will convert 2, so 2 times 2 is 4. Alright? So, we will be getting 5 over 2. But is this the final answer? What's missing here? It's missing pi. Don't forget your units. Let's take the other one now. Negative. So we have 1/2 minus 4. This time we are subtracting 4. So we get negative 3 pi over 2. And these are your coterminal. 1 by adding, 1 by subtracting. If you have your calculators, you don't have to get stressed anymore. 1/2 plus 2. So you will see very quickly the answer. You just type in 1/2 plus 2 and you'll get there 5 over 2. Then we change the sign. Let's change the sign to 1/2 minus 2 and you'll get negative 3 over 2. Just that quick. Then you just attach the pi symbol for your Do you have questions before we proceed? If you do not have questions, papusuan naman. Okay, let's practice. Determine the coterminal angles in one revolution. That means you will add and subtract 360 lang, ha? These are two items. Two items for 30 seconds. Kindly find the coterminal angles of each. Go. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Okay, Lian, got it. Rochelyn, check your sign. Friends, let's check the correct answers. For item number 1, you should have 460 degrees and negative 260 degrees. One check each. And then for the second one, you must have positive 285 degrees and negative 435 degrees. Oh, yung tatalinong bata. Very good. Nag-send ka din, no? Item. Siyempre, papatalo pa ba ang radian natin? Go! First must be 26 over 9 pi and negative 10 over 9 pi. Ma'am, paano kung nasa numerator yung pi? Okay lang yun. Kahit nasa ref pa yung pi nyo. Nasa... Okay. Can you check your own work? One check each. And this is now 6 points. Last lesson number 6, reference angles. Okay, so for reference angles, friends, there are two things that you have to remember when we talk about reference angles. First is that it is the smallest positive acute angle. Acute, parang ikaw. Positive, take note, reference angles are always positive, and since it is acute, it is always between 0 to 90 degrees. Again, you have to remember when we talk about reference angles, it is always positive and it is always between 0 to 90 degrees. Okay? So these are the things that you have to remember when we talk about reference angles. Moving the slide in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's practice. Say this is our angle and it measures 35 degrees. To be able to identify your reference angle, you have to first check the terminal side. So the terminal side here is this one. Tapos, there are two angles associated with it. Again, it is the smallest positive acute um, in terms of your x-axis. So your reference is your x-axis. Now let's observe. There are two angles in reference to the x-axis. The angle on the left and the angle on the right. So if we have left and right angles, which one will we use? The angle on the left or angle on the right? Which one is closer to the x-axis? And Aaron, the angle on the right. Angelo and Anjanine, correct. Angle that is closer to the x-axis. Therefore, this is now what we will consider as our reference angle. And if we will measure the reference angle, it will now be 35 degrees. Ito na mismo. We hit the two characteristics. It should always be positive and it should be between 0 to 90 degrees. So 35 degrees is check. Another example. Say we have this one. And this one is measuring 120 degrees. Again, let's observe your terminal side. There are two angles associated with it, angle to the left, and to the right. Which one will be used? To the left or to the right? Very good, Kirby. And Janine, curse to the left, oh. So the angle on the left. Now, this will be our reference angle, right? What is its measurement? What's its measurement? Again,
Ma'am,
oh, Angelo, yes.
yung pong measurement po ng x-axis is 180. So kung 120 po yung nandun sa right, ma-minus lang po natin yun ng 180 is equals to 60 degrees.
Exactly. That's a very wonderful explanation. This is already 120 degrees. If you will go use the straight angle, this is 180. So to be able to get the measurement of this angle, we just have to subtract. Kasi nasakop na ang 120 degrees. So after 120 degrees, ilan pa yung kulang bago siya mag 180? At you will be able to identify that we are still missing 60 degrees. Very good. Therefore, our reference angle here is 60 degrees. That's it. Moving the slide in 4, 3, 2, 1. Next item. How about this one? I want you to observe it. It measures 210 degrees. Now, on your own, identify its reference angle. Practice muna. Alright, meron na tayong mga chatter sa ating chat box. Wala. Char. Your characteristics, John Aaron, correct. Here is, dun, 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 30 degrees. Mom, how did that happen? Well, let's check. Ay, sorry. Let's first identify or look at the terminal side. This is your terminal side. And you have two angles in reference to your x-axis. The angle on the left and the angle on the right. Which one is closer? Of course, closer to the x-axis is the left. Very good, Sam. So we will use now the angle on the left. So the angle on the left is your reference angle. How do you know the measurement? Let's draw your arrow. Starting from your initial side up to here, that's already 90 degrees, right? And then from here to here, that is 180 degrees. Your angle is 210. So ilan pa yung natira kay 210 from 180? Because you've already used up 180 degrees from this, but you still have a few degrees remaining for your angle. So the answer now would be 210 minus 180 and arrive at 30 degrees as your reference angle. Alright, very good. One last example. Another set. This time you don't have your graph with you. Now, since we are very visual, I am very visual, I prefer to draw the graphs first. So if I will be drawing this, I have my x and y axis. I begin with my initial side here, 135. Should I move here? Lalampasan ko? Yes, of course. So, dito, lalampasan ko pa? Hindi na. Okay, so this is now 135 degrees. If this is 135 degrees, then my reference angle is this one because it is closer to the x-axis. And what's the measurement of this? Very good, Carla, Kirby. Our reference angle is 45 degrees. You have 180 minus 135. Last item. It's negative. Oh, baligtad ang ikot. Negative. Okay, let's draw that. We have our reference angle, initial side here. Pababa ang ikot natin hanggang negative 72. Lalampasan ko po ba ito? Alright, no, I don't. I won't. So this is negative 72 degrees, okay? So, it's negative 72. Where is your terminal side closer? Angle to the left or angle to the right? Angle on the right. Very good. This, you're not looking at y, you're looking at x. So, it is closer here. Dito siya mas malapit. Therefore, what's the measurement? It's already 72 degrees. And what are the characteristics? Always be between 0 degrees to 90 degrees. Therefore, our reference angle is, Angelo, you're almost correct. Reference angle is just 72 degrees. Okay? Ito na mismo. Kaso, gagawin mo lang siyang positive. Okay? These are the characteristics. Alright. Moving to the next slide in 4, 3, 2, 1. Try it on your own. Number of papers 1 to 4. I think this is 1 to 4. Alright? Yes po, always siyang gananan. Item, negative 60 degrees. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time's up. The correct is okay, very good. Reference angle is 60 degrees. Wonderful. Next. Next item, number 2, 25 degrees. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Correct answer? Okay, correct answer is 25 degrees. Very good. Next, item number 3. How about this? 145 degrees. 1. 35 degrees. Lian, correct. Heart, very good. Item, negative 236 degrees. 2, 1. And the time is up. Right answer is 56 degrees. 56 degrees. And how did that happen? Let's talk about how that happened. The 56 degrees. Start here for your initial side. 236 pababa. Lampasan pa. Lampasan pa. Hanggang dito. So this is now negative 236 degrees. Now, look at your terminal side. Where is it closer to? Angle on the left or angle on the right? Of course, angle on the left. Okay? So, the angle on the left, ito left to. Ito yung mas malapit eh. So, kung ito palang buo ay 236, ito 180 na to. To be able to get the measure of this, ano sukat nito? You have 236 plus 180, you get negative 56, diba? Dapat positive. So, change it to positive. Or, simply, 236 minus 180, reference angle is 56 degrees. Tadan! Moving the slide in 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so that. I never made it